Present this to you so that it all makes sense, because I can get really excited about things, and I got trained by Dr. Robert Morse in Florida. I have a headache and I've got diarrhea, and you know, these are just some things that can happen when detoxifying the body is. Alkalize, detoxify, and regenerate. And our bodies are sometimes there and sometimes not. She said, no, I didn't want to do it. So I hope all of you being here that you do want to get well and filter those out. And if it doesn't filter them out, then they stay in the body. And what happens? We can get sick from those, or they can stay in our body and we don't know it. I think we all want the fuel and the building blocks for our body, not the obstructions and the destroying parts of. So simplicity is shown in nature. We look at animals, and when animals get body, use that energy to help repair and restore the other stuff that he did. But he's a very well-known person who studied a lot of nature. For detoxification, again, we can use, okay, so we can rest. No. How about fasting? A lot of you have heard about fasting, breatharians, right? They're air fasting, okay? But this is done. So why grapes? Grapes have hydrogen peroxide because they weren't organic. You can always soak your grapes if they're not organic. You try to get the organic, but if you can't. So when we're looking at higher vibrational foods, the darker the better. The red ones are great too. The green, they put more acid into our body. Would we want to eat more acid foods like meat and dairy? Detoxify, regenerate. Okay? That's what we want to do. We don't want to degenerate tissue. We want to regenerate it. And you do it by alkalization. Just like I'm doing tonight, giving you the information. So acids, we already said cancer, cells damaged by acid. Morse has heard the stories, 40 years, you know. Okay, so they were interviewing this chemist and said, you know, okay, so cancer cells, what's on this though? And this is my first class presenting this full production, you know, so bear with me, please. Okay, so the body's... Your body is saying, I got high cholesterol because I got too much acids in my body, help me out. So that's acids in our body. We got a lot of estrogen. Estrogen is a hormone that is very acidic. If we have too much estrogen in our bodies and we're not balanced out by progesterone, have balanced chemistry. Is there one more? Did I say? So water. What will happen if you have too much acids and your lymphatic system is backed up? You get edema, swelling of the body, swelling of that side of the lymphatic system is congested, or we have parasites, or we have chemicals, whatever it is. When we balance in our body, and but the more I had it taken out. But guess what? Guess who's regenerating her thyroid and regrowing it? Oh, I loved it. I still think about it and go, oh, I made some good food. I did. Pictures for me. But I put it close. Okay, so we were Mary Kay directors. I was all into the cosmetics and all of that stuff until a couple of years before I had thyroid cancer, and then I'm like, They were making sure every tissue was destroyed for my thyroid. Just a short year ago. That's what my hair was like. So it was like, yay! It was so good. It was so good. I better get back to all this because this isn't about me. I just want to show the illness out of their body. Maybe they were suppressing it with the drugs that they had at the time or something. Frequencies. Karen talks so magnificently about this. Next Tuesday, she's got a chronic disease and cancer class. And she talks because we see them growing up nice and strong, the wild animals out there. Listen to Karen talk, but we don't have the same intestinal issue, and that we just don't have. Our body is able to convert that into nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and what's the other? I sniff them all. Ooh, this is so good, and I'm not even gaining weight. Body's simple. Okay? This is the fun part. Not that the rest of this was. This is the kitchen. I know that's so disgusting. Circulatory system, except it doesn't hold the blood. Bacteria is hopefully more than bad bacteria. When we have too many bad, well, we take out our septic tanks because they're too full. Now you clean them out. You get more good bacteria in your body, which he said he did. So that's going to help the upper part drain. Let me get back to things. So I'm just hoping this is, you know, answering some questions that you may have, and then you can help others because pass this information along. Back to, okay, we're back to the lymphatic system. I get off track, you guys. Three types of waste, if you want to call that. 3 types of waste. The first one is digestive waste. When we eat material, it also produces norepinephrine, which helps us stand up. We're the only 2-legged animal that produces that. The tissue and doing their job is a 120 to 130. This is all easy to understand. Make it stronger. That's okay. So back to the finest, this is all about your immune system, creating white blood cells. Okay, so your endocrine system, that's the government of the body. And then you got your nervous system. Fruits are for brain and nervous system repair. Veggies are for repair your nervous system. So, veggies. So any vegetables are muscle and skeletal. Or you feel is nourishing for you, like, ooh, I'm going to eat a jar of almond butter. Who's ever done that, John Smith? Oh, that's my boyfriend. Oh, yeah. That's why we do grapes or lemons for detoxes. Because stools. Okay, a lot of food combining just by restore health and clean it out. So if you want to clean out your body and detox, you're going to be on high fruit. And here's the thing with fruit. You want to make sure that probably more pancreas, because pancreas is all dealing with breaking down your carbohydrates. Okay, whether they're so when you have diabetes too, it's your adrenal glands. Or excuse me, type 1s, either they have weaker cells in their pancreas, they might have had a miasm, or some type of weaker genetic cells in there where the pancreas isn't functioning. So when you're infestated with all weak. Or we're weak with the parathyroid not working right, or a couple of them aren't going to be working right. So yeah, Chad, I mean, it could be if you ever sat in a class with me, or excuse me, in my office, and I'm sitting there and I'm talking about weaknesses and obstructed energy because you're doing that gas, that's fermentation, your flesh, which is also included fish. Or a yeast that thrives on fermentation. Fermented foods. And it's your complex carbohydrates when you start packing things into the body, you know, like you eat stuff out of a cardboard box, are there to help us. We're only the host. If you think about what culturing media, how you're going to detoxify in your body, what you need to help, first of all, what organs and glands are weak in your body, how and what you need help. Knows how to detoxify itself, because the lymphatic system is running like fluid like this. It's flowing. Your body, you're culturing it. You're culturing it. That's all. Just clean out the culture. Great. All of these pictures are way disgusting, and after class you can look at these, but this is like, you know, we may see things that we don't want to see. And this one was called Black Salve. And Dr. Christopher makes that upstairs. I don't know how strong it is, but it was so cool to know that your bodies are capable of this. It's actually very how it started opening her skin. And that's what it does. Now you may have videos out there. Dr. Robert Morse. It's actually, the YouTube code is Robert Morse.